Hi, we are going to create a Spring Boot project in Visual Studio Code. I have pre-installed all the required plugins. If you want, you have to do this required plugins from this place. For now, I'm not going to tell about the plugins what we need to install, but for now I just directly create because I have already installed everything. So first, once the home page is opened, what we need to do? Command Shift. I'm using a Mac, so I'm doing the Mac commands. Command Shift P. Here, if you see there is an arrow mark is coming, then I'm going to create a Gradle project. If you have Maven, you can use the Maven search. So Gradle Spring Initializer, create a Gradle project. Okay. Here we need to select the version of the Spring. I'm going to select the 3.5.1. Later if you want I will change, but for now I'm trying to do with 3.5.1, and I'm going to create a Java project. And once we selected the Java, here we need to add the artifact. Like here I'm trying to create hospital management app. I'm going to create for that. That is the project name. So for that I'm entering it, and again then again I'm going to do hospital management. So whatever the name you can want to do, you can create with that name, but for now I'm going to create with the hospital management system. Okay, so that, and enter. So now it is doing. Or if you want to create with, like, let's say my name is Satish, right? Because I will create multiple projects, I will see this is the thing I will going to create, Satish hospital management. Okay, instead of that I will do like this one and creating, enter. And I wanted to, the build file should be like jar. Okay, and I'm going to use Java. These are the Java versions, like 17, 25, 21. I'm going to take 21, and here you need to select the Spring Web. Okay, if create on this, see, this is the multiple, there are Spring Reactive Web, Spring Web, Spring JPA. What is the advantage of this here? Let's, I will tell you. Like, if you select the web, it will add the jar to the Gradle file or the Maven file, Maven pom.xml, or because we have selected a Spring Boot application, it will add the jar to the build.gradle file. If you select the Maven project, it will add the jar to the pom.xml. So because our project is Spring Gradle, so it will add the jar to the build.gradle file. So I'm selecting the Spring Web because I wanted to have the web application. So I have selected that. If you want to do, you can do multiple selections. For now, because we're starting with this one and this is the basic project, I'm just going with the single library. Okay, I have done the select. See, if you see here, select one dependency, selected one dependency. So that is the there. So if you click this one, selected one dependency, and it is asked for the where you wanted to store, have this project. So I have in my folder, in my local system, I am to have the GitHub is one of the folder under documents. So I'm going to create it here, create into this folder. So it will go and create the um, uh, project in this location. Okay, so if you see this, users Kancharla Vijay Kumar, documents, GitHub, hospital management, this is the where it is going to create the project. It is created the project. I'm just clicking on the open, so it will open the project for us. So it will open the help documents, everything. So if you see, it is trying to build this for opening Java projects. It will build this file. Okay, it will build this project basically. So under source, we have the project structure main and test. Under main we have Java and resources. Under Java we have the file hospital management. In earlier versions, we, if you create it as a Java project, you need to add these annotations specifically, and you have to create them line like this in the main method. So because it is because we have used the Spring Boot related plugins, we are, it is automatically creating with this one. See, okay. So and then now I will tell you like which plugins were installed. So if it is extensions and Spring, if I enter Spring, so if you see this one, this Spring Boot is, I have installed Spring Boot extension pack, I have installed. Because of that, it is doing automatically. If you don't use that, you have to do all these steps like creating a Spring, adding the Spring Boot annotations and all those things. If you do create a Java project, here I'm creating directly a Spring Boot project. Okay, this is a Spring Boot extension pack. If you wanted to do, you can install this one. Because I have already installed, I'm not showing that. If you have click on this one and it's uninstall, you can, if you uninstall it is showing because I have already installed. When you trying to go and search in this location, it will show as install button. Let's say if you see this button, let's say Spring Boot snippets, it is showing install it. Click on this one. For this pack, this extension, Spring Boot extension pack, select this one and install. So it will allow us to create a Spring Boot project in the editor for in the VS Code directly for us. So I'm going to this home page again. Now we need to check whether this project is up created or not. Okay. Where is the, so this is how we need to create the application. Okay.